My, look who's starting to wake up. Good morning, my little songbird. Rise and shine. No need to wear out that pretty voice of yours. There's no need to scream. You are quite safe here. Not to mention this building is industrially soundproofed. I'm afraid many, with lungs twice the size of yours, have already screamed themselves hoarse without so much as a peep being heard outside. I should know. I paid quite the pretty penny for it. Darling, you seem quite smart. So why don't you take a quick little look around the room, full of people in suits, and take a long think about why people might have been screaming. Clever girl. That's right. I'm afraid your father made some less than savory dealings over the years in order to support his double life, and it finally caught up with him. Well, I'm sure he tried all he could to keep that pretty nose of yours outside his real business. But the fact of the matter is, he was waist deep in alternative markets, black market dealings, gambling markets, the occasional smuggling run. Though, unfortunately, it appears he hit rather a string of bad luck recently. Well, his debts started to pile up, and eventually the assurance he agreed to came into play. Can you take a wild guess of what he might have submitted as his assurance? Right again. He signed away his precious daughter in the event that he could not pay off his debts in money. And so, here we are. Oh, darling, no. I'm not going to hurt you. I don't damage my belongings. And according to this contract, you belong to me now. Or at least, your right leg, left lung, vocal cords, and heart too. But I rather thought you'd prefer to keep the whole package here in order to stay in one piece. Unless, of course, you'd rather I took what belongs to me right now. I believe that man over there is rather good with a scalpel. I thought not. Wise decision, darling. I'd much rather keep you intact anyway. I don't have much use for loose organs. You, however, I believe I could put you to good use. Not like that. You belong to me, and I don't like to share. I think you'd make a rather nice decoration, hanging on my arm to galas and social events, lightening up the room and showing off all the pretty dresses I've been gifted in exchange for protection over the years, plus the occasional taste. Someone's breathing heavily. Is it possible you like that idea? Good. Well, why don't you be a good songbird and get dressed into something more appropriate for your new role? Where do you think you're going? You're going to stay here. Gentlemen, if you could give us a moment of privacy. There we go. Much better. Go on. Give me a good show. Good girl. Just like that. I think the red one would suit you. That one, right over there. Much better. It fits you nicely. And where would we be without some nice jewelry to finish the look? Some diamond earrings and a nice necklace. Hush, hush now. Come over here and let me place it on your neck. It has to be positioned just right. There we go. I see you're wondering why the holes. Well, you see, each one is positioned right over a part of you that belongs to me. The holes over your heart and lung, the ring in your necklace over the vocal cords, and of course the exposed right leg. Each of those will remain exposed so that I can look upon what's mine. Do you like that, my little songbird? I can see you blushing. As your debts are paid off, you will be allowed to wear less exposing outfits. But for the time being, this is what your new wardrobe will look like. In fact, come here. That's it. Sit in my lap. I'm going to put my name on you, just above each body part, so that everyone who looks at you knows exactly who you belong to. Hush now. Hold still, or I'm going to have to do it with melted wax. Good girl. Just like that. Who is it you belong to, exactly? Good. Now, I'm going to put this pillow on the floor next to me, and you are going to sit there while I conduct the rest of my business for the day. It's stressful, this job, and playing with your hair will calm me. Good. Are you ready for me to invite the others back in? As you wish. Gentlemen, we continue business as usual. Don't look at her. Look at me. Back to business. Send that nice lady through. She's been waiting long enough. Thank you for your patience. I've been told you wanted to meet regarding a business proposal. That was quite the first day for you, darling. That was a fine selection of the most influential figures in this city. Well, of course you don't know them, honey. That's how the system works. These are some of the most crucial parts of the organization. If any one of them was to be taken out, it would cause major disruptions, not just to our business, but to the lay folk as well. Public services would cease to work. Different factions would war with one another over who gets to fill the void. Keeping out of the public eye simply ensures that we can keep the targets off our backs. Instead, we employ public figures to say what we want them to say, pass on our funding, and to represent us. That way, we can do what needs to be done whilst having the anonymity to enjoy the finer things in life. Wouldn't want to have to spend the rest of our lives in hiding, would we? No. I'd much rather get to show you off. Speaking of which, we're going to the High Tops Casino tomorrow. Do you see that blue gown hanging opposite the bed? That is for you. I'm more of a suit person myself. Our first night out together under our new arrangement. Does that excite you, my little songbird? To be seen in public, hanging off your mistress's arm, everyone who can see you knowing at a glance exactly who you belong to. Good. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to showing you the high life, making you feel as valued as you should. I much prefer this to keeping you caged, although, if you ask me nicely, I could be tempted. Later, darling. For now, it's time to get some sleep. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow. But of course, first thing in the morning, we have a professional stylist and makeup artist to help you get ready for our trip. And then we have to make sure we get there fashionably early. Appearances are important, my love. And tomorrow, I'm going to make you feel like a princess. Sleep well, darling.